guys, JT12's Aussie Videos here once again. My name is, as usual, Josh, and today I'm bringing to you something new from Hobby King. A few years ago I had a 1/16 scale on-road RC car from Hobby King. This is actually the short course truck off-road 1/16 scale 4-wheel drive RC electric powered short course racing truck. That's what it says on the box there. This is 1/16 scale brushless. Comes almost ready to run. The only things you need to add are 7.4 volt li-poly battery and of course 2.4G or a radio system of your choice. So this thing, as always, is very reasonable. All Turnigy products seem to be reasonable. Okay, so these are the bits we're going to find inside the box. Obviously it comes with an instruction manual in this plastic sleeve. Also got an antenna tube here. This antenna tube is long enough for probably about 10 2.4G antennas. Obviously this is probably from when we were still using the old FM and AM radio systems. Wow, that seems a long time ago now. Okay, so here's the car itself. This is 1/16 scale, measures probably about 30-35 centimetres in length. They've wrapped it up in this polythene bag. Let's take it out of the bag. The thing I love about these cars is they're very small, they're very light, they're made very light because obviously they're mainly made out of plastic. They've got the plastic chassis on the bottom. They probably think, well, that's not great, is it? Because, you know, this thing is just going to snap. But actually this is obviously a hardened plastic. The on-road one was very good. I don't know how the off-road one is going to be with the plastic chassis, but usually these things, you know, they are so light. I mean, this weighs, my iPhone probably weighs more than this thing. That's how light this is. So first off, this thing comes, the body shell is just plain, so you do need to actually apply some decals. There's decals in that envelope there that I just showed you with the instruction manual. Let's take the body shell off. There are a few different colour options available. I went with this blue design, I quite like blue. Let's take off the body shell and we'll have a look, see what's underneath. So the answer to, let's have a look what's underneath. Really, there's not a lot underneath at all. This is it. Here's the area for the battery. They've provided 2 pins there for you to use this battery tray clamp. That'll just clamp down onto the battery. This space here is for 7.4 volt LiPo battery, stick battery packs. I've ordered 2 of these. These are about £8 each from Hobby King. I've bought a large capacity one. So it's got these off-road wheels. Okay, these are short course truck wheels. Obviously they've got the silver rims. Tyres are pre-glued, so that's nice. On the back it's got these shock absorbing bumpers. Okay, so it's got one there and of course one on the front as well. The shocks themselves, they're actually plastic inside. Obviously the external springs are metal, but they are plastic shocks. The suspension seems, you know, quite reasonable, quite bouncy, certainly pretty much the same actually on the front and on the rear, but certainly seems adequate, almost maybe a little bit too bouncy. These shocks aren't actually adjustable either and they don't provide any spacers for you, however I do have some that would probably fit that. So let's have a look at the electronic side of things. So here's your steering servo. It does have a servo saver. You can see servo saver is sitting in there. Let's have a look. So that seems nice. So there's your steering servo in there. Here's your brushless speed controller. On it has XT60 connector onto the ESC there. There is your brushless motor. Coming out you have the connection to plug this part into your receiver. That's the ESC connector. Then the other one will go in to the receiver as well. This is for your steering servo. So in a later video I'm going to show you guys how to actually set these little babies up, get them ready for running, anything I would just advise checking. One thing with Turnigy products is they do sort of need checking. Although they claim that they're ready to run or almost ready to run, I do like to just go over these things because often you'll find that, you know, it might be that the wheel hasn't been screwed on properly, or, you know, some parts not being fitted correctly. For a start, the gear mesh on this thing seems quite tight, so I'm probably going to check that too. one other point I just wanted to make is this thing actually has a hardened spur gear. On the underside it's got a viewing window for the spur gear as well, so you can see if this thing has stripped or not. But that is a hardened plastic, not just plastic, it's hardened plastic. So yeah, in the next video I'm going to show you guys how to install and bind 2.4G FlySky radio system to these almost ready to run kits from Hobby King. Also going to be going through what battery I'm going to be using for this one and the charger I'm going to be using to charge the battery. Also I'm going to be covering, as I say, you know, things to just check on these cars, because as I say, you know, a few days ago I flew a plane and the motor came out. That was from Turnigy too, so you just got to be careful of these products. Okay, but for now, thank you very much for watching, guys, and more videos are coming soon. Please stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see the next few videos of this 1/16 scale truck. I have to say, for its price, it certainly seems very reasonable. Quite impressed with the suspension there. It's very, very light, so on a LiPo battery brushless system, this thing is going to fly, so you better stay tuned for it. Thanks very much, guys, and I'll see you next time.